What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be spectating random players in Fortnite Zero Build, going over what I think they do well, what they could do differently, and just the state of the game right now. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, comment down below what your favorite weapon is this season, and if you guys would like to use my code in the shop when getting anything, it is EvolvedJake, just like my channel name is, and it is underneath the webcam at all times. We're going to be going Frosted Flats this game. I feel like this is a POI that is typically decently populated. And hopefully we have a good amount of people landing on us. Because as you saw in the pregame lobby, everybody was crowding around me because I have the Gummy 0 point sprite on my back. Which is one of the more rare sprites in the game. So I figured for the spectating videos this season, we could, you know, share some of the rare sprites with people. But that also should make the video a little more interesting. To see like if they try to portable extract it right away, or if they go to one of the other extractors, or if we just have the entire lobby landing on me. Maybe I should have used a more like unique, flashier skin. To maybe have more people landing here. Oh wait, this guy was from the lobby. That's crazy. He did follow me. All right, we're gonna be on board with the anonymous Terminator. He doesn't take the crown, but he takes the 0 point sprite because he already has a crown. And he's just going to portable extract this right away. I'm scared for him, though, because he didn't make it to the house first. All right, he gets it. I think that's what's going to happen most of the time. Dang, and he just got a Galaxy. This guy's having the best game of his life right now. But I think that's what's going to happen a majority of the time in these videos, is that they're just going to immediately portable extract it. But I was worried for him doing it outside. I would go indoors immediately and extract that. There's a slurp truck here, so he can go ahead and break that real quick and then get full shield. And it doesn't seem like too many players landed here, which is good. I feel like this is typically a POI that has a good amount of people landing here. And one of the things I like about this POI is it has a good amount of people landing here, but it's typically also a POI that plays out pretty quickly. Like, it doesn't have any like tall buildings with like a bunch of levels and a lot of different verticality and places to hide. It's a pretty simple POI that typically has a good amount of people landing at it, which is what I like. I like places that play out really quick rather than, you know, tall buildings that, you know, prolong the fights. It kind of reminds me of Coney Crossroads from Chapter 3. It's more like central on the map. Good amount of people landing here, and you can usually, you know, play the fights out really quick and then just go about your day. And it is relatively close to the 0 point, which gives you good rotation to wherever you want to go afterwards. Not like zone is going to be a problem for this POI ever in the early game, but it is still something nice. So he drops the Galaxy here for the Ghost Sprite. I assume he already has that Galaxy. He hears footsteps, and he's just going to try to play this fight in such a way where he has right shoulder peek, but it doesn't matter because he's fighting an AI. And now that he realized it's an AI, he's just going to go ahead and kill them. But unfortunately, the lights are kind of trolling. I would assume he already has that Galaxy Water Sprite, and he wants the Ghost because it can turn you invisible when you reload. And this is an effect that I think is incredibly powerful in Zero Build. There's been some topic of like, are the sprites OP or are they useless? I feel like the Ghost Sprite here is like a good level of effectiveness because it's useful in a fight. It can help you win fights. It's something you can play around decently often, but it's not so rare or so overpowered that it's like a huge advantage if you get one. If the 0 point sprite was incredibly powerful, then that would be a bit of a problem. I don't know if someone's extracting here or what. He's just like running out into this area. This is an AI in front of him. But I don't know why he came this way. It might just be where he always goes afterwards. The mid game can be kind of weird this season, but a lot of it just comes down to extractions. You hear it extract, you go there, you fight people, other people come there to fight people, and then you just, you know, get it like chaotic situation around there. Him looting and finding these AIs are helpful though, because it allows him to level up his Ghost Sprite to a higher level. And then that's going to increase the effectiveness of the invisibility. And there is somebody extracting out here. And so he's probably going to look for the kill on this person. But you got to keep in mind other people are going to see this extract and they're going to be coming too. And so if you get way too tunnel visioned on just like looking exactly at the crate, you can really grief yourself sometimes. It's another bot kill. But this like creates fake timing for him. This is good. He just got good damage on that player. Unfortunately, I don't have damage numbers when spectating, but I'm sure this player is weak and that's going to be a kill. But him killing that bot there was actually so good. I think a lot of people would think like, why would you... Oh, what the heck? I accidentally swapped because my triggers are very sensitive. A lot of people would think, why would you kill the AI when there's probably somebody extracting? But it baited this person into extracting into like a false third party. They thought they were getting timing on this person. because they just fought. But this guy, knowing it was an AI and just being able to get that kill immediately, and then you notice he didn't look at the loot. He didn't like get confused about what to do next. He immediately looked at the extraction crate and expected that third party to be coming. So I think that was a really good play. And that is something that I do a good amount. Like it can be difficult for some players to identify the bots, but if you're aware of it, using them as like pseudo bait can really help you. And even if it's not a bot kill, the moment you fight somebody, your thoughts need to be like potential third parties, not like, oh, what loot does this person have? Or like looking around you and trying to loot more. Like, especially at this point in the game, he's well kitted. The thing he needs to be kind of worried about most is just like not getting bad timing, which is something that can happen a lot this season with the way the audio is and the way the weapons are this season. You can be the best player in the world and just immediately get your fight ruined by timing. And this is a fight ruined by timing. This person can't play the game. The fight started with them taking way too much pistol damage, and then they're a free limb. Let's just see what he's going to take. Okay, he sticks with the Maven. I'm not like... I think the striker pump... this is like weird timing. You see he gets beamed there. Not the most damage. It's mostly just his overshield. And so he's down to still play this. But if he had taken like more damage, he probably would be completely shockwaving away and trying to heal up. Now he gets damage. He's the person pressuring. The lady gets into the car wash. This car wash might shoot him forward though and make it awkward. Okay, no. I didn't know how far it was going to send him. This is like one of the unfortunate aspects of the Maven. It is like reliable in the sense that you can have multiple shots and a quick fire rate. But if that was a pump there, I think he gets the kill already. This should still be a kill though. He's doing a good job of like keeping pressure on the K-pop Demon Hunters lady. She hasn't been able to lose him chasing her at all. And so GG's. They just can't play the game because of the timing like I was talking about. It was awkward initially for the Terminator, but the K-pop Demon Hunter lady didn't get enough damage to really capitalize on it. And then you see eventually the Terminator gets a decent opening, and then they just don't let the pressure up, and they win the fight. Like, this season genuinely feels like it's all about just timing and pressure. But that was a good chase. I think a lot of people maybe would have gotten caught off guard there. Or like not caught off guard, but like an enemy might have escaped them at some point. We still have 13 players remaining. You gonna portable extract this ghost? I don't know if you heard something. Okay, yeah, there's someone gliding. He's just going to engage on them dry, but they're shooting at something else. And so this, again, just being a pressure. He's going to follow and chase this person unrelentingly. He's not doing so, like, stupidly. Like, you see, he's always getting right shoulder peek. Now he has invisibility. I think that John Wick dropped their sprite. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's where things could have been bad. Luckily, the John Wick didn't shoot. But I don't think he meant to drop down. I think he was trying to go on the other side and then drop down on the front. Broke shield again. This John Wick hasn't been able to really heal. They haven't like created any real separation, you know? GG's. Like the John Wick was surviving there, but they weren't getting enough distance away to like really do anything with it or really heal. And they had the triple focus shotgun. There was another player he just saw glide into that cave, I think. I think fighting down there would be weird, and I would just want to go up top and then see if they come out the other side. Might chase them directly. They shockwave to the top. This is like potentially bad timing for this player. Anytime you're fighting around a mountain, the person who gets up top first has a pretty big advantage. Luckily though, the person who got up here first didn't capitalize on it. They started looting, I think. I think they dropped down to loot that chest. He's gonna drop down one visible. Guy zips up. This is gonna be kind of weird. I think he's gonna zip up. It's a bad play, but he has this guy weak enough that it can maybe work out. And that's one thing I was about to say about the shotguns. That John Wick he was chasing had the triple focus shotgun. And if they had a hard pump, then when he dropped down into the building and the John Wick had right shoulder peek, that maybe could have been a situation where things got turned, but like they didn't shoot. And then even if they did, they're not hitting like super hard with the triple barrel. This John Wick that he just killed here, I think instead of looting, should have been focused on the kill. Like, he got to the hill first and then just, like, dropped down and gave up high ground and gave up pressure. If he tried to, like, beat this player to the top of the hill and, like, use that bush to their advantage and, like, hold him, then, like, maybe that could have been an opportunity where something happens. But, like, they just gave up all pressure in the fight to loot. And when you're in this stage in the game, I get people want to go for the sprites and stuff. But if you're at this point in the game, you should probably have what items you need. And even if you don't, like, or you're just really concerned about sprites, like, the player that's around you that's a more imminent threat is, like, pretty much always going to be more important than looting. Even if that John Wick got the best sprite in the game, what is he going to do there? Just immediately lose it because this Terminator was allowed to get all pressure. 6 people left. The zone is still really large. I think in the initial patch notes for Chapter 7, Season 3, they said they tried to make the storm more dynamic in terms of, like, moving faster in the later stages of the game if there's not very many people left alive. But I feel like they didn't really do that to a great enough degree. And that makes situations where you have really dead end games has been a problem for a while. This is an AI, I'm pretty sure. But you have really dead end games. And this has been a problem for a long time in Fortnite. But this season, I feel like it's especially bad because of what I've talked about before with, like, the timing and, like, the weapons really killing really fast. It creates moments where I feel like I should just be doing nothing in the end game. Because, you know, walking around trying to look for people, the zone is so large and there's so few people that you're not really that likely to find anybody anyways. And, you know, a brief window of unfortunate timing and you just get pistoled or you just get hunted. And so at this point in the game, I feel like you definitely want to try to play, like, a bit slower and just play more to just not get screwed over by timing, essentially. And if you're a good player and you're at this point in the game and you have the items you want and, you know, you're feeling good, that's pretty much all you have to do to win, you know? It's just not throw. The boss over here. One thing you could do is call this extract and see if people come for it, maybe, but that can also be a bit risky. You bring everybody here, and even if you're playing well, you might just get screwed by timing. That boss has a mythic... Oh, no, man. I keep doing that. This boss has the mythic Maven, but I don't think this player should go for it. He has the purple one, and so the mythic would be an upgrade to him. The bosses now are guaranteed to drop their mythic, but I think that fighting the boss in the endgame like this is just more likely it goes bad than good. The increase from purple to mythic is not worth getting screwed timing, I think. So if he's going to fight this, I think you want to fight this kind of on autopilot and just be more concerned about other players third-partying you. Try to use it as bait. Okay. He gets the kill quickly, and so he can't get out of there. But you see he's immediately repositioning. He's not just standing around here looking at the ground, thinking about what to do next. He gets the kill, he's immediately out. And one of the actual, like, really good things he did there, I think, is that he finished the boss with his shotgun. He got the boss close to him and then just spammed the boss with the Maven. And he's going to drop his purple Maven for the mythic anyways. And so that works. And so he killed the boss quick enough and was out of there quick enough that it, you know, didn't backfire. But like I said earlier, like, most of this stage of the game is just not getting screwed over. And that's, like, one of the potential ways you could have gotten, like, you know, really unfortunate timing. If that person on the hill just, like, started shockwaving on him and he had the boss on him and that player, and then maybe another player pulls up, that's where things get, like, really bad, you know? He sees this guy running to the house, and I don't think that person running in the house saw him. And he has the hunting rifle here, so this could be an opportunity to get a good snipe. And just get that good opening to the fight. But as always, in, like, when it's a 1v1v1 in solos, everything is just about not opening yourself up to the third party. The moment you start fighting, that other player is going to be on their way there. By the hunting rifle could be so good here. He can get that kill immediately, investing no time. And making very little noise. He just shoots one shot and the fight's over. Gets a headshot. And at this point in the zone, I think he's chilling here because it feels like people are most likely to come into the zone from this side. Like the way the rest of the map would flow, this would be like the hotter section of zone. So he's trying to, like, gatekeep those people from getting there. Over here, like, it's less likely that there's people over there. Just like the way the map flows, this side is exposed to a majority of the map. It's a shot. Easy cleanup. That was actually an AI. Now it's a 1v1. And this last player could be A as well. No, they're not. They shockwave on him. He's going to shockwave as well. Hit a few shots. He hits enough to want to go back. And one thing that's nice about the Maven is he can spray his pistol like that completely and still be comfortable pushing. Like, it does reload fast regardless. But if you're using like something like a pump, it could be a bit like sketchier pushing with the weak pistol. Like right here. Oh, that died. GG's. But I was saying right there, like, even if he didn't get an opportunity to reload his pistol and the player just turned and fought him, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal because he has the Maven shotgun, which doesn't need follow-up spray. But that was a good game. The end game wasn't so good, but there was a few players he killed in the mid game whose names I recognize that are good players. But that is going to be it for this video. As always, if you guys did find this to be helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you would like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.